ba ba Barbaran. Ba 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 Barbaran. Oh ba 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 Barbaran. Ba 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 Barbaran. Ba 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 Barbaran. You got me rocking and rolling.
Hi, this is Jack, and this is my city in beta, where for the last week we have had a Fellowship Adventures running. Now, most of us know all about Fellowship Adventures, so I'm not going to run you through it in detail at all. I will put a link under this video on YouTube to another video that we made recently of a similar adventure with an overview for beginners who don't know the Fellowship Adventures. So my main purpose here now is just to show you what resources we have for this specific one. It's coming to the live worlds on the 13th, Monday the 13th of August. There's just one thing I want to show you here, which is quite nice. And that is, we didn't have that when the Fellowship Adventure started. We now have a hover over window so that the adventure items that you've produced are now accessible without having to go to the Fellowship map. Okay, let's go look at our resources. Here we go. This is the Elvenar Platinum Leaf Fellowship Adventures note. Here is a link to the note, which you're welcome to share with your friends in Fellowship. The big change this time, it's very similar to the previous one, but the big change this time is that we're expecting it to be on the mobile app. This hasn't happened yet because the mobile app is still to be upgraded to version 1.60, and they haven't done this yet. I think they are waiting for the adventure to start on Monday before bringing that in. I'll just make a point to you though that if you're a mobile only user, you're not going to really do very well, because some of the adventure items cannot be accessed at this moment in time on the app. They've still got to add those. And of course the other thing is, it's vital in a Fellowship Adventure to be able to communicate, and there's no messages on the app at this stage, only chat. So what I would suggest is, if you are wanting to do the adventures on your mobile, that you should get the Flash Player Emulator program. It's called Puffin Browser. It's free, you don't pay for it, and you can put that on your mobile, and then that will allow you, it's slow mind you, but then you can play the adventures on the app, but you can use the Puffin browser at the same time in between to access the stuff like messages. As I said, I'm going to go through this very quickly, so we won't do it blow by blow, but here is a copy of the forum announcement. And what's very nice this time is the top 10 fellowships are going to get custom buildings. These are not buildings that have been snitched out of another event. These are unique to this Fellowship Adventure. So if you collect interesting buildings, then you will want to be in the top 10 fellowships. I must say, in retrospect, I think that what they should really have done was to make stage prizes customized, because that would mean that any fellowship that finished one stage would get a lovely, unique little building. The way they're doing it right now, there will be only 10 fellowships that get these little trinkets, and I think that's something they can look at, because, let's be frank, a lot of people are feeling that Fellowship Adventures are happening too often, and that the rewards are not worth the effort. And if they gave everyone who played a unique Fellowship Adventures building, well, of course that would make people much more interested. So I think the developers need to think about that. The original Fellowship Adventure had 10 adventure items. That's 6 in the workshop and 4 in the tier 1 manufactories, 3 hour, 9 hour, 24 hour, 48 hour. Then they added another 3 magic adventure items, and then at a later stage they added another 3, and that's what we're going to be doing this time. We're going to be doing the 16 adventure items. Here we have some notes on how to make your adventure items work more efficiently. Here is all about the adventure map. Here is an explanation of the waypoints and the switch points. Here is an explanation if you're confused about what is a stage. Here's a nice definition. There are 3 stages in adventure, and we've recommended which of the 3 paths. There's a yellow path, a blue path, and a green path. And here is how many adventure items you need to complete every one of them. and how many points you will get out of it. For each of the stages we have suggested which path would be the better one. Advanced fellowships will want to do more, and fellowships that are not terribly interested in the adventures will just do one path to get the stage prize. Just to note my little graphics: stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Note that there is a flag at the beginning which has its own adventure items that's required to open the stage. Now those numbers are not included in the yellow path, the blue path and the green path. They're separate, and I give them at the bottom there. Okay, there's 3 prizes: boosters, booster instance and a building. This is stage 1. The building is a very nice little event building that produces Valorian guards, which are sort of like almost like treants or paladins. It's quite a nice little building to have because it makes extra troops for you other than the ones that you're making yourself in your barracks. Stage 2 is another building. This one will give you culture, and it gives you mana. If you're in Woodwell's chapter or above, chapter 9 and above gives you mana. Below that it will give you goods, or if you're really low down below chapter 6, it will give you supplies. These values are all chapter dependent, so those values there are quite high because I happen to be in chapter 11 at the moment, but they'll be scaled down depending which chapter you are in. There's the stage 3 prize, again more boosters and another building. This one gives divine seeds, which you require in chapter 11 and 12, and they're in quite short supply, so that'll be quite nice. If you're not in chapter 11 or 12 yet, it'll give you mana in chapter 9 and 10. It will give you goods above chapter 6, and if you're below chapter 6, then it will give you supplies. So depending on your chapter, there's a little bit of something for everyone. Don't take the prize until you've claimed all you want from the stage, because if you take the prize, the stage closes and all the other points that you could have got are lost. You move on to the next stage. When you finish with the stages, which you should try to keep going until quite late, until late on the last day, but when you finish, there's this bottomless pit where you can throw all your used adventure items in, because they don't carry over. You lose them at the end of the adventure. You won't get them next time around. And you can throw all your adventure items into the pit, and you'll make a couple of points. Not many, but a few. Platinum Leaf have a spreadsheet, which you are most welcome to use to help you to plan your event. There's the link there. You will go to Google Docs and make a copy. Don't use mine, please. Make your own copy. It has the orange path, stage 1, blue, green, stage 1, orange, stage 2, etc., etc. There are all the items. You see the Dwarven Brewery item, the Treant, Baker's Guild, blah blah blah. Everything is in here, and the numbers you will need. Then if a member writes his name here, and then he says, I have one, look at there, see it says 3 needed, and you need to do 3 still. Put in 1. There you go. Now it says Jack's 1 is there, and you only need 2. We also have the bottomless pit that you can use as part of the spreadsheet to plan who is going to make what for the bottomless pit as well. I have lots and lots and lots of strategy tips to tell you exactly how to go about the adventure, and I'm not going to do them now. You come and look at them in your own time. You can see there's lots and lots of little helpful suggestions, diagrams, so on and so forth. What happens if you change fellowship during an adventure? Well, you're disqualified. So whatever you've made in your old fellowship you will lose, and when you join a new fellowship you will not be able to join in. So it's very important that the archmages finalize their personnel before Monday 12 o'clock, because if you join after Monday 12 o'clock you will not be able to take part. 5 help screens. If you go to the banner screen, the main screen of Fellowship Adventures, you'll see there's a question mark up here. It shows you 5 different help screens. Here they are. And that covers a sort of a a very quick summary of what it's all about. I'll be adding more comments and suggestions, and you're most welcome to make your own suggestions too. I don't think it was very clever of them to do the 16 quest adventure, because down the side of your screen you've got 2 quests, and then if you want to go to quest number 15, you've got to click on this one and reject it, click it again, reject it, click it again, blah blah blah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There you go, this is the one I want. Do the quest. Now I want to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And, you know, people don't like this, and it's killing the adventure for many people. Many fellowships just refuse to do it because they say it's too much clicking, and that the prizes are not really attractive enough for all the work that's involved. They did promise that they would fix this, that they would give us some kind of better quest system. Now this I found on the forum. It's not an Elvenar Inner Games invention. Somebody else made this little graphic as a suggestion, but he said put all the quests onto 1 or 2 or 3 screens and have a little scroll bar at the bottom. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, click 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, click 11, 12, 13, so that at least you don't have to go open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. You can just sort of scroll around. Timon did say they're working on this, but I think before they give us another 16 quest adventure, they should fix it, because basically the adventures are broken at the moment. They really need to be made more user friendly. That is what I think. Just a word about us. Elvenar Platinum Leaf is the largest fully independent, unaffiliated Facebook Elvenar users group. We have no connections to inner games, so you get an unbiased opinion when you come to us. Large number of players, many of whom are very experienced. There's discussion going on all the time, so if you have a question you can ask it and get a nice answer from several people. And of course we have literally hundreds of videos, files, InfoTips, and they're all available to be shared by you and your friends. So what, you come and join us on Facebook. See you then. Bye.